I'm on another Dewey with Graham and John, and you can see the Leica differential GPS between them. This is the Leica 530 that John and Graham have. There it is. It's the keypad has been positioned quite low today, just to see how it works with it down there. So
don't forget the set tripods.
Well, it's second hand, but it's a new tripod that you've got, John, isn't it?
It is. Special favour from the OS.
And you said quick fit tripod.
Quick set.
Quick set.
I might have said quick set.
Shall we start again? Quick fit.
Apparatus.
So quick set tripod. Any advantages that this has over the one that you normally use?
Set.
There we go.
No, it is actually, that's the point about it. You've got the legs and just buttons on them. It's very easy to level up.
Well, you saw how quickly we set it up and got the staff vertical. So.
The advantage here, you've got a screw here which you can actually tighten around the pole and get it nice and
central.
central.
Did you tighten it? No, we didn't bother.
Never mind. You tightened it.
We're still learning how to use it.
So the significance behind this hill, and obviously the reason why we're here today, is because the spot height on the map on the bulk and on the summit, isn't it?
Yes, this point here, wherever the spot height is 519 metres, and the summit on the map is 549 metres, giving exactly 30 metres of rear ascent. So that puts it in Michael Dewey's list, just. So we're here to check whether that is correct.
Good, and we've come up here. It's pretty cold. There's a little breeze today, but not much, thankfully.
It's cold, and you can see the little snow and frost.
Yeah, it's below zero.
It's very cold. Yeah.
And we've done a little bit of levelling on the bulk, haven't we?
Yeah. We've checked around this area and some area behind us to make sure that we were looking in the right area of the bulk, and then we've surveyed this area systematically with flags and levelling staff, and this is the allotted point.
Quite complicated because the ground actually undulates. This point here is 30 centimetres or so different in height from the next one along, which is just a bit higher. And visually, it looks like the one behind us is the coal, but it isn't. It's this one here.
And there was a third gully, wasn't there, that we sort of toyed with going there to take a measurement. But
that's obviously high when you look through the level there.
Yeah.
It's a long way over there. So 200 or 300 metres.
Now we've been here gathering data for almost an hour.
Yep.
57 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah. So that was pretty good, wasn't it? So of course after this you'll save the data and then dismantle the apparatus.
And from up to the top.
Go up to the top, and thankfully there's an old it's either stalkers or gamekeepers track in amongst the heather. And that will help progress, because the territory here is pretty wild and tough, really, isn't it?
Yeah, this is typical Berwyn, should I say, I beg your pardon, terrain. It's thick heather. Yeah.
And we're also fortunate where we are, aren't we, John? Because, as you quite rightly pointed out, obviously when you come up to something like this, you got an indication where the correct bulk is because of the spot height on the map. But we still have to level and staff to find out the exact true point. And where we are now, it's in amongst a massive heather, but all of this section has been burnt in the past.
Probably last year, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's made it a lot easier. Yes, if this was actually growing heather, it'd be almost impossible to work in here. It'd be 2 foot high, wouldn't it?
So we've looked at two different gullies that pass over the bulk. We've worked out which is the true bulk. But of course, even when you do that, we then flag it, don't we?
Yeah, you can see around, if you pan the camera around, we've got a system of, well, you may not be able to see with the snow, but we've got 3 rows here of flags, and each flag is 5 metres apart from the other, arranged in squares. And so we surveyed every single flag to draw up a matrix of measurements, and then we can find from that matrix, we can inspect those results and find this was the highest, or the bull point. Yeah.
So we have
the question really of that way finding the highest point and that way finding the lowest point.
So is there 21 flags in all? I think 3 rows and 3 by 7, isn't there?
Yeah, 21. Yeah.
And then Graham was at the level, the optics, weren't you? And
that's right. Yes.
I was staffing, and John was taking the recording the numbers. And You do that for the 21 flags, and then from there you can see the line of the bwlch as it comes from higher ground down to it, can't you?
Yeah, that's right. You can look at the matrix of numbers on the sheet of paper and then, as you say, follow the line in both directions, orthogonal directions, and therefore you can locate the area in which the coal lies. I mean, for this terrain where it's really very rough, you're not going to do better than about 10 centimetres or so. And our first guess, which was here, happened to be more or less spot on. So that's where the bwlch is.
Yeah. And of course we put a little yellow flag there initially, and as you just said, when we looked at the two optional gullies for the correct position of the bwlch, we took about 7 or 8 readings on each, placed a flag on the highest point of those.
With those rough measurements, that's right.
Yeah, and where we placed the yellow flag on this little gully is actually
just there.
It's the correct point, isn't it?
We guessed it right.
Yeah. So the margin of error, John, that you'd say on this kind of territory?
I would say we've probably got this okay to about plus or minus 10, plus or minus 15 centimetres.
Yeah.
Probably not much better than that.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the roughness of the ground. You can see it's undulating by about that much, and that is going to be the limitation.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got to dig down below the grass and try and get some solid ground, but even then it's pretty lumpy ground.
Yeah.
So I doubt we're doing much better than plus or minus 10 centimetres here.
Yeah. And of course, where the spot height appears on the map, we mentioned the stalkers or the gamekeepers' track, which is towards the right of where John is. Not too far. How many metres? 30 odd metres away?
Towards my left.
Yeah, yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 metres away. The Ordnance Survey map, according to where they spotted it, is probably on that, what appears to be higher ground over there.
Yeah, but it's actually on the other side of the track, isn't it, the spot height? So that's going to be quite interesting. And again, without SmartNet coverage, we will gather data, but won't know the accurate result today.
No.
That requires, is it post-processing, Graham?
That's right, yes, and I think we've got a dongle hired for the week after, for next week.
Next week.
Next
Monday, yeah.
So that should arrive, and then we can do all the processing.
And there's a few hills there to post-process, isn't there? It's going to be one or two quite interesting ones.
Not quite as many as we would have liked. It's a long time since we got a dongle, but yeah, there'll be some interesting hills that come out of that.
Yeah.
Like Basedown, for example, Ben Tally.
And the one, was it Craig Bannock last Friday?
That was the one we did last week, that's right. We've got a few readings that we've taken at Daresbury that give us an idea on the maintenance of accuracy of the equipment. Yeah.
Now, have we got any volunteers to give a good proper Welsh pronunciation for this hill's name?
Bryn Llus.
There we go. Now, I think John made a damn good effort there. And well, one of the interesting things about this hill's name, I did a little bit of research a couple of years ago, and there's a ruin on the moor called Liberty Hall, and many of the local farmers actually refer to the hill as Liberty Hall purely because it's known by the ruin. But it's in the Dewey table, isn't it? As I think it's Bryn Llus, isn't it? Yeah. Which I believe translated into English is Bilberry Hill. But the locals were telling me that applies to a feature lower down on the hill. But Bryn Llus it is, I think.
You're right, the U's and I's. Yeah.
Well, we've got about a minute left.
You could tell people about your cranberry sandwiches.
I could tell them.
Since we're on Bilberry Hill.
Yeah, I could. Well, folks, I've got 3 cranberry sandwiches left, and I can eat them all and really enjoy them. But as we said before, we've gathered probably well over an hour now, or just over an hour, and going to store the data, dismantle the machine, and then up to the summit. Probably do a little bit more up there, maybe.
Yeah, got to find the summit because that's heathery as well.
Yeah. Well, thanks, John and Graham. And I'm backing up now, so I'm apt to fall over and go into a bog. So cheers, thanks.